But you know me, all in the microphone too, just slurping.
Mm.
Horrible.
So today, what I have for you is we're going to talk about some New Year's Eve plans. If you're looking to get out, you want to know what's going on in the high desert. We have some three events we want to tell you about. We're going to talk about the vision for 2019, vision boards, parties, and guests, that things of that nature. And we're going to talk about finances, broken down into three categories: credit repair, and how to save some cash in 2019.
Now, whoever just logged off, that's the person that needs to be listening to. That's the problem
I
with
don't hear
us.
about that.
I
Click.
don't know nothing about no finances and be complaining to my, can I borrow $5? Man, no.
Got some spare. Got
That's
some spare
right.
change. I got a
That's
spare
right.
job. You can
That's
go out
right.
there and watch my spare tires.
That's right. Let me get 5 on 4.
I got five
Hmm.
on.
Yeah.
All right.
So good
So
stuff.
where we
Well,
want to go
well,
first?
let's just go dive right in. I'm
All right,
excited.
dive
Yeah,
right
just
in.
make it happen. Let's go
So
for
New
it.
Year's Eve, we are 6 days away from New Year's Eve and ringing in 2019. There's three events I want to tell you about. The first, my band, the LPs, we will be playing at the Palms in Wander Valley. The cost to get in is zero. We always like free, right? And we will be playing from 9 to 11. There's a band before us and there's a band after us. So come on, ring in the new year with us. The second event is the High Desert Cultural Center is having a night with Gene Avaro Jr. and there are tickets on sale for that. I don't know the cost. It depends on what seat you want, so you can check that out. The High Desert Cultural Center. The third thing, the Pretty Pirates are playing at Landers Brew Company. It's $8 if you buy your tickets pre-sale, $10 if you buy them at the door. But you can come and hang out with us at Wander Valley for free.
Yeah, I still ain't been out there yet. I need to check it out. I heard it's, some good places to go out here, but we just passed Pappy and Harriet's, and I'm assuming there's
Oh yeah.
other sides of the town.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, we got to learn
Mhm.
Pappy and Harriet's.
Yeah.
We got to learn all these places out here. We'll get a list of them. So if you're in
Yeah.
these local areas and you need some of that extra exposure, everybody can use it.
Mhm.
Just go ahead and drop us a line. You can find us on
Yes.
Facebook and just Google Jim Road City TV. A lot of green will come up for
That's us.
yeah,
Green.
I don't know.
Color
What
funny.
it is, what it is. And also, we have a Gmail account, which is GeneralCityTV at gmail.com.
Yes.
And we're going to get a P.O. box too. So if you want to mail us gifts, good gifts, fun stuff.
We like fun stuff.
Yeah, we're looking for sponsorship. So if you have a product or something like that that you wish to showcase, go
Or
ahead and
business you want
yeah,
to promote.
yeah, just drop us a line and we'll go ahead and see if we can get that on for you guys.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
So let's get into some finance. Well, let's talk about vision first.
Okay.
All right. I am a big proponent of making plans and sitting down and making goals to make those plans happen. And I do that with my vision board. This will be the third year that I've had a vision board. And I want to invite you, our lovely guests, to participate with us in making a vision board. So, what I want to do is invite you to have a virtual vision board party with me. If you want to participate, I ask that you make your vision board during the month of January and you can email me a photo of your vision board. You can send it to valcine.generalcitytv at gmail.com. You spell my name VALCINE. So that's valcine.generalcitytv at gmail.com. Send that to us by February the 3rd, and we will feature a couple of your vision boards to show our audience what's going on. And I'll even share mine with
We'll
you.
plug them in
Plug them in.
for sure. We'll plug them in probably on um, definitely on Facebook. We'll get into the Facebook situation.
Yes,
So we'll
that'd
plug
be
them into Facebook.
yeah,
That way the people can see.
Instagram and
And maybe you
Twitter.
can have like some sort of montage collaboration where
Yeah.
people kind of put all their ideas in because I did notice in a couple of the groups that I'm a member of that what people are doing, like what you're talking about, is having
Mhm.
these virtual vacations or virtual places
Mm.
where everybody kind of just puts in the pot where they want to go and then they say, okay, well, let's go to Africa, and this is where we're going to go. And then you find the team leader, or wherever you want to go, you can find the person that will host and make sure all the tickets and stuff are purchased because they're also
What?
putting in a pot what they're doing now. And I don't know, maybe you guys can share with me what it's called. I know in some cultures this has been done for years, having have experienced it personally many years ago, but now what they're doing, and it's more mainstream, is they're putting monies in a pot and then buying tickets in a pool so that
It's cheaper.
it's cheaper that
It's
way, and you
cheaper.
get better discounts and stuff. So
Yeah,
this kind of goes
yeah.
along with what you're
Like
saying.
group traveling,
Pretty
so to
much.
speak.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
All right.
That's it.
So hopefully you will make your vision board and share those images with us.
I'll do mine.
You will,
Mhm.
for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
I'm
excited.
in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Count me in.
All right.
Let's make it happen.
Saving. Whew.
The big S.
Big S. S. Savings. So I broke it down into 3 categories: credit repair, and saving. A lot of people aren't, they really like, what's credit? How does it really work? I do this thing with my students, Ask Miss Brown, and I get a lot of questions about finances, economics, and things like that. So to boil it down for you, one of the best ways to make sure you keep good credit is if you have revolving debt, you want to keep it below 50% of your available balance.
Wait. Hold on now, because it's for the slow folks. Now, I'm trying to help
Okay.
my brothers out because I know,
Yes.
we listen to this. You're probably having a little sip like I am.
Hey,
That sound-
what's up about
a
revolving
little ding
debt?
went off in here.
It keep going.
So I want to hear that one more again. So what was that now? 50% of what now?
Revolving debt. Your revolving debt are things that they're your credit cards. You can control the debt by purchasing things or paying things off, and basically your account never closes. Unlike a house, you buy it, you pay it off, and it's gone.
Oh, got you.
You buy a car, you pay it off, it's gone. Credit card gives you the ability, it has that revolving door. It only gets closed if you close it or you don't pay your bills and your creditor closes.
The butter.
Right, it keeps going.
That knock knock.
So the best way to have great credit is to make sure you never charge more than 50% of your available credit. So if you have a credit card for
Got
$5,000, you never want to keep a balance of more than $2,500 that rolls over.
Got it.
Really, that's high. Experts will say that if you really want to have the best credit, you want to keep your revolving debt less than 5 or 10% of the amount they're willing to loan you. So if you have a $5,000 credit card, you never want to keep more than $500 on it. Now we're talking revolving debt. That's debt that you don't pay off at the end of every month. So if you have a $5,000 credit card and you say, hey, I'm going to put my gas, my groceries, and all these things on it, but I'm going to pay that off every month, that is not considered revolving because you pay it off every month. You never pay any
American
interest
Express.
on that. Yes. So, so keeping your revolving debt down and making sure you don't be delinquent on any of your bills. Those are some of the biggest things.
Easier said than done.
It is. It
'Cause,
is.
you know,
But we're going to
sometime-
talk about that too.
Sometimes you like cheese on that ham sandwich.
We're going to talk about that
Okay.
too. We're going to
All
talk
right.
about that.
Okay.
But if you're one of those people, you've gotten yourself into a situation where you need to get control of your finances. Maybe we've had some credit that's gone bad. I have a couple of friends who actually have their own business. It's called Victorious Credit Endeavors, and they can help you work step by step to take control of your debt, get it paid off, and get to a point where you're living life and not just working to pay those bills. And I'm going to give you their contact information.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. For my
So
stocks.
let's go to something fun.
Improving right now. Well, that
Let-
was fun. Money?
We
Get,
heard-
get my
no,
money
that was
right?
painful. We ripped that Band-Aid off. for
No,
some
we
people.
didn't say taxes. That's painful. But getting your credit right should be like, man,
Right.
should be like butter. But
Right.
you're right. People say that word, boy. I'm telling you, people get to
Yeah.
slide. You watch people just Michael Jackson backslide right out of your life.
Right.
We're going to do this credit thing. It's like, oh, no.
Ooh.
We're not going to do
You
that.
know, because some people don't even really know
Yeah.
what a good credit score is. 650 is about average, right? But a credit score above 700 is good. Above 720 to 750, you can absolutely get anything you want. And the maximum credit score is at 850. So you want to aim to be above 700. If you can do 720, 750, you're looking really, really good. Yeah. I actually read this article about a man whose credit had gotten so bad, and it wasn't from credit cards. He had a couple of medical bills and things he didn't pay off. And once he started getting those paid off, he needed to get some good credit to kind of average out that bad credit. So he had to get a credit card and keep the balance low
Yeah.
so that he could build and show his ability to pay. And he was able to, by keeping his credit, his revolving credit below 5% of what the company loaned him or was willing to loan him, he actually improved his credit score by 300 points in 6 months. So keeping that revolving debt low, paying it on time, it does a lot to improve your credit in a short time.
Yeah, and watch out for the shysters, because I'm telling you, if you don't know anybody, it's best in my experience, having had credit repair done before, is just to go with people you know, go with references you can refer.
Yes, people not take advantage
Yeah,
of.
because then you can call back and say, well, what about, and people want to hold themselves more accountable when it's someone that you know, as opposed to just, dialing it out of the blue and finding something
Right.
online. So just watch
Right, and
yourself,
this gentleman
because
who
they
I
out
was
there.
reading about was saying that he and a friend of his had decided that they were going to work and kind of hold one another accountable to repairing their credit, and so they had gone to a couple of agencies and got taken for a couple of $1,000s. That's money they could have been paying on their bet and paying on their debt, and people were taking advantage of them.
Yeah.
So you do have to be careful.
Give me the
You have
1,000,
to be
and I'll
careful.
tell you where to go.
I just told you
I
for
just,
free.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it does. That's what it does. I'm excited. I'm glad you're giving me this information. I'm going to process it because it's new to me, just like it's new to you. And we're going to make it happen.
Well,
But,
see, I'm getting my Tesla this year, so I've been working on.
yeah, you got gold. That's what I'm saying. But you got
my
those goals
vision-
set up.
I do.
I ain't mad at that.
Yes, and so
What
this
color
is
you getting?
black on black, with black rims. Ooh,
It's going to be nice.
it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yep. Get your Elon Musk on, huh?
Get my Elon. Hi, Elon.
Now, the car don't
I
drive
can't
itself
wait.
now.
Yes, it does.
Don't you get that in your head now.
That car drives
Oh.
itself. I've already been in it.
Okay.
It drives itself.
Cars don't drive.
It
We're going to help
does.
her do the research. I know some of y'all out there got some Teslas, and that's cool. Show us how
Well,
it's done.
yes.
But I know
Come on, chime
for
in
a
and
fact
tell
that you
him.
can't just be in there sipping on your sip.
Well, no, that's illegal to have an open container behind the wheel. So no, you can't do that.
Well, I mean,
And you can't go to sleep because like every 5 minutes it wakes you up. Hey,
this
you
is
should
soda.
wait, touch the wheel. Yes.
yeah,
With
yep. But there was a I think he was on with one of the ABC News or NBC News people, and they were test driving in his tunnel underground, the boring tunnel that he's made under his property. And,
the one he said he was gonna make, and then he said he wasn't gonna do it. He said he was gonna do like that tunnel under the 405 freeway, and then he decided he
Yeah.
wasn't.
And even for Elon Musk, it was a little shabby to me. I know it's new, and the way he works is at lightning speed, and like things that I have tried to invent or tried to bring to fruition, they're a little shabby and rough around the edges. But before I bring them to my people, I want to cut the toenails off. Make sure wires sticking out the ankles and stuff. And they was in there. The car was shaking. And he was just trying to be all still, and I was like, "No, dog, you are shaking, and you look like you scared." Was it Oprah or who was in the car? No, it was Oprah's girlfriend. What's her name? Oprah's best friend.
Gail,
Yeah, Gail was in the car with him.
I
She
have
just
not
driving,
seen
and
this.
it was like, yeah, you
I
guys
have
check.
not
I know you
seen
guys have seen
this.
that. Check that out.
I haven't seen it.
Tunnel look shabby. I'm not even hating because I'm an Elon Musk
But what car were they in?
fan. They were in and the Tesla that they were in, it had wheels on the front wheels, and on the back wheels they had put horizontal wheels. So when it goes off like a train track, it didn't go off.
Wow.
And then they came up out of the thing.
Like the
and
bump cars.
I'm
It
like,
has the 2 wheels.
right. I'm like, you're gonna have 8 wheels on your car, so you can go.
Woo,
It'd be like,
that's a whole lot of tires have to
man,
change.
I got a tire change today. Let me get that 8-pack. Like what? Give me the 4 big ones and the 2 small ones. I'm an Elon Musk
2 medium
fan. I appreciate what he has done for this country,
I love
for
his
technology.
ingenuity.
Right.
Thinking outside the box.
He
We
works
need more people.
way too hard though, because I did hear him say in an interview that you got to work at least 18-hour days.
Oh, no, I ain't working that hard.
And 18-hour days.
That's having
and,
no life.
and
Where
80-hour
do you
weeks.
sleep?
Right. And that's how you get to where he's at, working like that. And
Mm,
that's not the
we
old
all were not
school
meant to be
traditional
Elon.
American way of doing things. You work wherever you have to work. Maybe you work you some overtime because you want to, go someplace, maybe save something up. That's fine. But, you got to have that balance. You got to go home, take care of
You
fam.
have to have work-life balance.
Got to come home just to chill,
Yeah. If I
have
have
a
to
brew.
work 18 hours a day and then I want to get my 8 hours of sleep, that leaves me 2 hours. I'll spend that just taking a shower and brushing my teeth.
Yeah.
And
So
feeding the dogs.
it definitely is a balance.
I
And
have
like
no
I
life.
said, I know a lot of people are doing that. I know there is a way to do it, but I see that the way it's being done is that you don't have a normal family. It's done with the younger millennial generation where you go into like a big organization, not naming any names, and you don't even have to leave the facility. We spoke on it before. Your clothes are washed and tailored there. Your
That'd be
food is
nice.
free there.
That'd be
It would be
nice.
nice until you would want to
I need a
leave, and
life.
then you would like, okay, well, I left my job. Oh, that's right, I got a house. Let me go buy that and see what that's like. Dust everywhere. You're like, I don't even need to be here, and you just go to wherever you're going. So
Oh, but
I'm saying they have communal living for places like that,
yeah,
where people
can't do
just
that. Because what if you
go
don't
from the
like?
work to a little communal living, and then they go on vacation.
Yeah,
That's
but
not a
see,
bad lifestyle, but you can't have let me say, let me retract and say they haven't figured out how to do it for the family unit yet. Once you figure out that, then you got
but
something.
even besides the family unit,
Mhm.
you don't like everybody that you work with.
True.
So how in the world do you have communal living with?
Well, it's different communities.
Okay,
So
we'll
you
be
would
like,
have
I can't be in their
right.
community.
So you would have your okay. Let's
This
say
ain't
for
gonna
instance,
work out.
let's just break it down to the colors, and this is probably a bad. Let's pick animals because
Animals.
right.
Animals.
So at work you have your bulls. You have the
Okay.
angry bulls at work, and you stay around them. You do that. Then when you go to your communal living, maybe it's like I don't know,
The sheep.
sheep, whatever,
But you're the
horses,
bull.
whatever.
But you have to act like a bull at work, and then you go home.
That's
You
true.
expect it to be like a, yeah.
Well, you don't have home. You go to that communal living.
Ooh.
I don't know. Share what y'all know about on that, because like I said,
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it. I've never even been in it and have known it. I think I've been in it, and it was something that was new. Like I used to work for Edison, and they had that kind of atmosphere where it was like everybody kind of migrated, went to one direction. You had your linemen that did certain things, and when I went up to Big Bear, so different jobs. Christmas parties have just finished.
Right.
If you're still having a Christmas
Work,
party right now,
communal living.
you might want to find another job for next year, because it's too late to be having a Christmas party right now. But if you did have a Christmas party with your company, and your company is one of those new companies that kind of do the communal thing, let us know. I like to see what's up. Investigate.
Yeah, I couldn't. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't do it. But I'd love to hear about your experiences.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
That's for sure.
Yeah, because teachers crazy. I'm just saying, teachers crazy.
I
Don't
see
let
y'all out
us
there.
fool you.
I see y'all out there striking, boy. I see y'all out there doing y'all stuff everywhere. I'm not mad. You got to do it. You got to stand up for what you believe in. You know what I mean?
So right now, I want to talk about how we can save some ends, some ducats, some
Savings.
Benjamins for next year. Okay, so U.S. News put out an article, 53 ways to save. It was a whole lot. So I dwindled it down to the top 5 ways that I think you can save without feeling like you're losing your mind, or you put yourself onto something that is not doable. See, the thing I don't like about diets is that they're temporary. Changing your eating habits is permanent. So the things I want to talk about are things that we can do permanently that don't feel like they've scarred our psyche.
Just like smoking.
Oh, that was actually on the list. One of the top ways to save
Never.
is to stop smoking. I knew
Never.
someone who
Never
spent
quit smoking.
$500 a month in cigarettes. Can you imagine what you could do with $500? But
Yep.
anyway,
They can get their lungs fixed. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, as a smoker, I am a smoker, and I haven't smoked probably in the past month.
good for you. So
After
are you going to
Thanksgiving.
carry through 2019?
I stopped smoking for long periods of time,
Mm-hmm.
6 months at a time, maybe even a year, because sometimes I just forget about smoking. Right?
Wow.
When you channel something else in to take the place of smoking,
Right.
then
You're
as
more
long as it's
likely.
not something worse than smoking,
I'm at the crack pipe trying to smoke.
don't exchange the cigarette for the crack pipe. Probably not a good idea.
Not a good trade.
Yeah, so if you can channel something else, mine has been studies. So I'm taking courses in programming, and so every time I feel that urge,
Let me
like,
go ahead and hit these books.
hit the books, and my brain and I'm literally into the next
and
day.
that's something that's beneficial for you.
Sure,
Right.
it works out. Bing, bing, bada bing, bada bing.
So the 5 things that I suggest is number 1, setting goals. Short, medium, and long-term goals that are attainable. So you want to have like a short picture, a medium, and then a long-term picture. The second, a budget. Now, that means sitting down, how much do you actually make? What are the bills that you cannot move? Rent is what it is. You can't tell your landlord, I'm going to pay you $50 less this month, because he's going to be like, I'm going to put you out. And your mortgage is what it is. So it's looking at what you make, what are the things we can't change, and being sure to keep in mind that you need to pay yourself. A lot of people don't pay themselves, and they end up blowing their budget because they don't pay, manage a way to pay themselves, meaning your entertainment and how you're saving.
Sure.
If you say, I'm going to put myself on this plan and I'm never buying another pair of shoes, that ain't going to last. And then once you break your budget, you don't feel the need to get back to it.
Right.
So you plan in your entertainment, the things you know you like to do, and you plan in your savings. You plan that into your budget. Now, the third thing, check with your employer to see if there are any benefits that you qualify for that can save you money. I'll give you an example. My school district has a contract with Verizon Wireless that when I make them aware that I am an employee of my district, I get 10% off of my cell phone bill. That cost me absolutely nothing to do. I had to go on. I had to say, well, this is my work address. They sent an email to my work address. I just clicked it and said, yeah, it's me. And now I'm saving 10% off of my cell phone bill. So check with your employer to see if there's any benefits that comes besides your paycheck. Now this one is revisiting our monthly commitments, looking into places where you can cut or switch services in order to save. And I did some calculations. This year in 2018, I saved $2,145 by switching from having cable in my internet, getting rid of the cable part, keeping just the internet, and I got a Fire Stick. Because I already had Amazon Prime, which came with Prime Video and some other stuff. I was already doing Netflix and the streaming. So I was playing for cable and the box and all that other stuff. Got rid of that. And so I saved $2,145 just doing that. The other thing I did, no, I'm sorry. That was the wrong thing. That was $875 for that. The other thing I did is, wait a minute. I don't even know what my calculations are. Oh.
Uh-oh.
No.
MAFF, y'all. MAFF. That's math.
Math. Because I teach English. I teach English.
She don't teach math.
No, that's right. No, altogether, I did save the $2,145 for that year. Another thing, so looking into services that you can change and kind of move things around to scale them back. The other thing is credit wisely. A lot of credit cards have bonuses like cash back, mileage, and things like that. I don't need airplane miles, but I do like cash in my pocket. So I looked at my normal bills that I'm already paying that I was, call up Verizon, and I use my debit card attached to my checking account to pay my bill. I'm paying my cable bill the same way because I'm not sending out checks. I'm calling and I'm paying. And, I go to the grocery store. I use my debit card attached to my checking account, my gas and things like that. I switched all of those things that I was already using my cash for and put those onto my credit card. And with 2% cash back, I saved $102 a year. So all I did was simply put these things on my credit card, pay it off at the end of the month so I'm not paying any interest, and that was $102.
Every little bit counts.
Every little bit counts. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that is. That is. That's a nice little, Christmas
It's a pair of Nikes.
gift. A pair of Nikes.
It's a pair of Nikes. That was another thing that they talked about.
Or 5 pair of Payless. Not Payless? I'll show you
I'd
about
rather pay more.
I'm
I'd
gonna
rather go to Nike
hey,
and pay more.
I'm gonna show y'all this Payless commercial where people thought they was getting some red bottoms. They're paying $3,200 for some Paylesses.
I got some paint.
Man, don't get it twiddle.
And that was another thing you talking about gifts. The obligation the need to buy gifts that people feel when it comes around to Christmas time, and they always blow their budget with gifts. Figure out what you're buying. This is the budget to buy Henry a gift. This is the budget to buy Tom and Sally, and that's it. I have to tell you, I only buy gifts for my children and my goddaughter. That's it.
It's a challenge. It is a challenge because you want me specifically, had all the money in the world, I'd do something stupid like give everybody like here's $1 million for you. Here's $1 million for you. So when I don't have, then
that's
you
how
can't
Hammer
give,
went broke.
And everybody gets nothing equally.
They get your time.
Right, and that's what's
I love you.
and that's
Come
where I'm
over
going
for
with
dinner.
it. And when you do have, then you can share and say, you know what, this is what it is. But if people are expecting to get things and they're setting themselves up for failure, because you could be going through anything right now. You know what I'm saying? Even though it looks good on the outside, could be the opposite, or you could be a Scrooge. You have a ton of money
Don't be Scrooge.
and
Don't
not
be
give any out.
Scrooge.
Whatever, that's
Don't be
pretty
Scrooge.
stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you said, time is important. So spending
Mm-hmm.
time with your people, because they ask a lot of people that are elderly, right, dying on their deathbed, or who are almost passed, or who have passed and come back, what is the most meaningful thing in their life? And from income of whatever less than 20,000 to the multimillionaires, it's always been the same thing: more time with my family.
Yes.
And that's the universal truth.
Mm-hmm.
So get that time in, and even though it may be like, man, I wanted this or I wanted that, that's fine, because that'll go away. Because then again, you have more
Right.
time with your family and your friends and the people that you care about, and then it will be more meaningful.
Yeah.
So don't get caught up in, oh, you didn't get this. Don't get caught up in that. Take care of your health first and foremost.
Yes. You know what? I think we need to talk about that in the next segment. We're going to talk about health.
Yep.
We are.
We'll do health in the next one. The next
Health.
one we got, yeah. So we got
look
about
like
3
a
minutes
bobblehead.
left on this one, and then we can probably, I don't know, maybe dive into another subject. So we'll see what happens. I think we'll go into Facebook and maybe see what you guys are thinking out
We
there.
didn't go live.
We didn't go live
We
this
meant
time,
to.
but it's okay. We will.
That's
We'll
right.
put this up there. We got a lot of things to do, and again, figuring these episodes out and how they're going to be, positioned in a way where you can watch them and
In segments.
yeah, and they fit on your palate just right, because you may be driving to work, you may be on a break. We want to get you all the information, so bear with us as we iron this out, but at the same time, we're going to give you realistic stuff like what we're giving you now. It's not going to be anything canned and it's so generic, and so whatever it is, next topic out there, we'll try to give you what's current and what's good. So with that said, I just want to thank you for giving us all this information.
My pleasure.
Maybe we can have a spreadsheet or a PowerPoint or something they can download attached to
I
the video.
do.
Yeah,
We
we're
can
gonna add
we
that?
can just share this.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
well, that's gonna be fine.
Yay.
That's gonna be fine.
Thank you so much for giving us and sharing your time with us. Time is something you can't get back, and you chose to give us a little of your time. Thank you.
Hang in there with us. Let us know what you want.
What you need.
That's right.
We got you.
We're
You
gonna
want
sit-
it? I ain't got it. If I got it, I'm going to get it. So get it while the getting's
That's right.
good.
We're gonna make it happen. Cheers.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself. Thank you very much.
See you next year.
That's right. See y'all next time.